Hey there guys, I'm Jamie and welcome back to Eat Love Protein. By the end of this video, you're going to learn how to make perfect risotto without needing to constantly stir it and baby it on the stove. But don't just take my word for it because it's my recipe, so I'm a little biased. I wanted to share a quick review with you from somebody on Reddit so that you can know what to expect from this recipe for yourself. They say, "Made this dish tonight. I am furloughed and visiting my parents. My dad got my mom an InstantPot for Christmas. We made an intro recipe, Southwest cheesy lentils, last night, and we made your risotto recipe tonight. My parents are raving about this meal. Initially, my mom insisted on mild sausage, but now she knows that spicy is needed. I added hot sauce and it made the entire dish incredible. We did the mushrooms and parsley and Parmesan. My mom is 75 and a slow adopter of new things. She just hugged my dad and thanked him for the Christmas gift. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to share your review with me. I really appreciate when you take time out of your day to share stories like this with me. And so if you decide to try this recipe or any of my other ones, please definitely drop me a comment so that I can feature your comments in a future video. Plus, it really does make me happy to know how much you love the food. When you think of quick, easy meals, red wine risotto probably isn't the first thing that comes to mind. But it will be now after I share my secrets. Before I do, I just wanted to give you your friendly neighborhood reminder to smash the like button below so that the YouTube gods will smile upon me and spread the good word of this video to so many other people. Plus, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any videos every single Monday. So when my girlfriend and I first started dating, this was probably the second meal that she ever made me. It's this fancy pants red wine risotto recipe from Food and Wine magazine. Needless to say, it definitely did the job. It was delicious, and risotto really does make a perfect romantic dinner recipe. She actually has a video on her own cooking channel where she's making this same risotto her way. So you should definitely check that out. I will definitely link a card for that over here for you so that you can do that. Anyway, I've talked about this on some of the other videos in my channel, like the Greek lemon rice video and the Thai green curry recipe video, but until I got an Instant Pot, I wasn't really somebody who cooked at home. Ever. Okay? It's intimidating, it's fiddly, it's a lot of work, and even though I am personally a foodie, so I really enjoy food and I know it makes it taste great, cooking technique itself is just not my thing. So believe me when I tell you that I never thought I would be the type of person who's just like casually whipping up a risotto at home, but here we are. When I got myself an Instant Pot, I really fell in love with it, hence like this whole channel that you're on right now, and I decided that I wanted to surprise my girlfriend with a romantic dinner of my own. So I pulled a little switcheroo and I turned the tables on her to surprise her with her own recipe that she normally makes for me. And you guys, it came out amazing. Amazing. Not only is it so much less work because of the Instant Pot magic, it really does make perfect risotto without stirring at all in a fraction of the time that it takes to cook on the stove, but I personally think it comes out even better in the Instant Pot than it ever does on the stove. Now, we've pretty much switched entirely to this version in our house. So whether you need an easy date night recipe or you just got a hankering for risotto, put on your chef's hat and join me in the kitchen. Hey, voiceover Jamie here. All right, you guys, let's talk ingredients. Here's what you'll need for this recipe. 1 cup of dry red wine. If you're someone like me, sometimes you end up with some leftover wine in glasses from the day before. So personally, I really love this recipe because it's a perfect way to what some people might call upcycle that leftover red wine into something delicious. You're also gonna need 2 cups of chicken stock or whatever cooking liquid of your choice. You're gonna need 1 1/2 cups of arborio rice, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil or a cooking fat of your choice, 1 shallot minced, at least 3 hot Italian sausage links, or you can use whatever sausage that you want. but I personally do really recommend using a spicy one because I think that the spicy aspect does add something to this dish. It adds another dimension, and I promise you, even if you're somebody who doesn't normally like spicy things, just like our reviewer's mom said, she's a bit older, she's not a fan of spicy things either, but spice in your sausage, it actually kind of cooks out and gets distributed into this whole dish. So it's not exactly spicy. So even if you're somebody who doesn't normally like that, I still definitely recommend that you give it a try. And then finally, you're gonna have these last about 4 ingredients to taste. So that will be thyme. I definitely think that you could use between 1 and 2 tablespoons as a start and then adjust from there. And finally, these 3 are to taste: salt, pepper, and garlic powder. I definitely start with using some salt, pepper, and garlic powder on every layer of the food as I'm putting it into the Instant Pot, and that gets me a pretty good result. All right, now let's talk about some optional ingredients. I did not use all of these or any of these this time, but I did want to mention them because in the past I've used them and it really makes this even more delicious. So you could use about 1 pound of mushrooms, either fresh or frozen mushrooms. You could use 1 small onion or half of a large onion finely chopped. If you use that, you would just saute it in the same step as the shallot. You could use half a cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. I don't use this because my girlfriend is lactose intolerant, but the original recipe does call for it, and if you want to use it, then what you would do is you would just stir that half a cup in at the end. You can also use 2 tablespoons of chopped flat leaf parsley. The original recipe also calls for this, but I am lazy, so I did not do that. All right, here we are at step 1. First, we're going to saute. So if you're using the hot Italian sausage like I am, you'll start by adding some oil and searing them for 3 minutes on each side. Although this could easily be a vegan dish if you wanted to omit the sausage and make a careful choice about your wine. So when the sausage is done cooking, take it out and set it aside. Now it's time to saute any of the vegetables that you're using. For me, I'm using the shallot, so add that in here. If you're using the onions or the mushrooms, now would also be the time to add those and saute it. So you're gonna wanna saute those until they're soft, which for me was about 2 minutes. All right, step 2. Now it's time to briefly fry the rice before cooking. If you've seen some of my other videos like the Greek lemon rice with chicken thighs, then you know that one of my little tricks to keeping the calories as low as possible is by trying to control the amount of oil that I use in my dishes. So here, one way that I do it is by drizzling the oil directly onto the rice and then stirring until the rice is shiny and seems like it's evenly coated. A lot of the time, the food that we want to eat doesn't have a lot of calories in and of itself, but it's actually the cooking fat that can add so many calories to a dish. So that's just one way that you can cut 100 or more calories off of your dish without changing anything else about the way that it tastes. Put the rice into the pot and saute for about 1 to 2 minutes until the rice turns opaque. Then, add the wine into the pot and stir until it's evaporated. I actually forgot to let the wine evaporate when I filmed this, as you can see me making the mistake right in front of you, but even if you do make this mistake like I did, it honestly came out tasting exactly the same, so you're good. Now you're ready for step 3. It's time to add the rest of your ingredients. So like I mentioned before, I seasoned with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and thyme to taste as I added each layer. First, season your rice, then add your 2 cups of stock or cooking liquid and place the sausage on top. And that's it! You're done, my friend. So step 4 is just to put the lid on, make sure that the valve is turned to sealing, and set your pressure cooker to manual pressure for 7 minutes. Something that I think is so cool about this recipe is that I even used frozen sausages for this cook-through, and they cooked completely perfectly straight from frozen. When your Instant Pot beeps when it's done, you can either do a quick release and plate immediately, or you can wait 10 minutes for a natural release for the pin to drop and then take it out and plate. Thank you so much for watching this far. If you give my recipe a try, I really hope you like it. And if you do try any of my recipes, please remember to leave me a comment and tell me what you think about it, because I would love to hear from you and I would love to share your comments in my future videos. My overall food philosophy is that you should love what you eat. you can lose weight, build muscle, and live what people consider a healthy lifestyle without cutting out any of these key macronutrients from your diet: fats, carbohydrates, and protein. You definitely don't have to cut out any of those things from your diet. You don't have to cut out foods that you love. You don't have to cut out having fun or partying or going on vacation or whatever it is that you want to do to live a healthy lifestyle and reach your goals. All you have to do is just be smart about it. So if you do want to come on this journey with me to lose weight, build muscle, and love what you eat, then definitely make sure that you hit subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future recipes that come out every Monday. Plus, if you want to get these recipes emailed to you in text, I just wanted to let you know that you can go to eatloveprotein.com, sign up for that, and you'll get these recipes written out, sent directly to you. Also, if you want to support the show and you want to help me be able to keep making more recipes like this, plus get yourself shouted out in future videos, then definitely become a patron of the show by going to eatloveprotein.com/support. Thank you so much again for watching today's recipe, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye for now.